And welcome back to Let's Play Digital Devil Saga. Last time we forged our alliance with the Maribel, and now we have infiltrated the Solids Citadel. Let me just take a check here. Yeah, we want to get Argilla started on a new mantra before anything else. So, one of the things I am going to work on after the end of this video is I will be picking up the basic mantras for everyone so that we have access to a greater variety of combo skills. I tend to prefer combo skills for AoE in this game, as I've explained previously. I just don't like the idea that if I use a multi-target ice skill and there's the one enemy in there that drains or nullifies ice, that kind of limits myself if I don't have a single target option. Less handy for turn order shenanigans. Let's see here. What do I want Argilla to work on right now? Tempting, but no. What we can have her work on, Spirit's a little too expensive, Ancient God's a little too expensive, so instead we'll have her work on Shura to start with. This might seem a bit odd considering that she's not a physical fighter by any stretch of the imagination, but we do need to master Shura in order to get access to Battle Demon, and Devil's Feast will be very handy for doing field hunts, as that is the easiest way for us to kill Mitamas rather than just trying to defeat them to damage. We can make them afraid and instant kill them. That aside, it looks like they do have some guys hanging back to watch the fort. They did not commit their entire force to warding off the Maribel. So we've got some Archangels here, and these guys are decently tough. These guys do not have a weakness that we can exploit. I believe they're weak to death and curse type attacks, or at the very least death. But we don't have that at our disposal right now, so we're just going to have to go for our best damaging options. Looks like Earth Magic does not affect them too much. But because Surf has Earth Boost and Tarazi's a Tier 2 spell, that should deal some pretty good damage. As you can see, the taunt there has made them hit pretty hard. But it should also make this Vile Blade... Actually, wow, these guys are much more durable than I was expecting. As you can see, Surf is muted here, so we're gonna need to take some time to purge that from him. Luckily, we've got a decent supply of dismutes to start. Alright, let's see what we got here. Vile Blade and that critical. Ooh, we might actually find ourselves in a bit of a bad situation here. But that's okay. Yeah, there goes Argilla. But we can take care of that by just using a Revival Bead. So, what we're going to want to do here, actually, is use that medical kit that we got from Bat for defeating them. Restores 150 HP to everyone. Just the thing we needed for this situation. After this turn, I'm gonna Deikaja off that taunt, because oof, that is some bad luck there. Yeah, let's get that taunt taken off. Now, Hama skills work very different in this game compared to how they worked previously in the Megaten franchise. In this game, they are actually a % damage attack, so they do a fixed amount of damage if they hit you. Hama deals half your HP. Hamon, the Tier 2... Oof, I am getting critted like nobody's business. Man. Yeah, let's get the Medea out there. Oh, right, he's muted. Well, that's okay. Wow, I'm surprised this fight is actually going so badly. I don't remember these guys being that difficult. Just seems to be the bad luck I have that these guys resist two of my most prominent attacking options, that being physical attacks and Earth Magic. But now that we've got a handle on this fight now, we should be able to take him out. So what we're going to do instead is go to the tried and true Micronova with the taunt in effect. This should deal some pretty good damage. Yeah! And now that this guy is on his own, we can just slap him to death. Bit of a messy fight there, but hey, this would be boring if every fight went perfectly, right? Besides, Argilla got a level up there, so I don't feel too bad. We'll probably want to pick up Mudo on whoever has the best luck stat. Instant death skills like Mudo, their accuracy is influenced by your luck, so high luck characters casting them, especially if they're aiming for a weakness, they'll have much better odds of actually killing with them. Also, my general plan for right now is to get Surf going on every type of elemental magic so that he can take care of every weakness. New enemy here, this is Bicorn. I believe this guy, he's either weak to Zeo or he's weak to ailments. Heat has been inflicted with the Stun ailment. Stun does not do what you think it does. It does not rob you of turns or anything. What it does is it absolutely tanks your accuracy and evasion. If I had Heat try to attack here, he would almost certainly miss. So we're just going to have Surf and Argilla take this guy, and then we'll purge the stun. from heat after this battle. Yeah, let's see here. I definitely don't want to put Surf at the front of the party because his terrible agility and luck means that we will just be getting ambushed constantly. So let's see. Gonna reorganize the party slightly, put Surf in the middle, and then we're gonna want to set him up. Now that we're past Bat and we don't need to worry too much about what skills we have or having specifically Earth skills available, we're gonna focus more on general coverage. If I put Terra on, that'll give him access to combo skills, so we'll go with that. And, yeah, we don't have Zan or Agi yet, so that should do us fine. I will want him to get those spells running so that he can cover those elements for us, but because his magic is so high, he'll hit those damage values much higher than Argilla or Heat could hope to. Okay. Oh, this might seem foolhardy, but it is probably the best option we got, and yeah, this guy, just take him out now. Fortunately, these random Archangels that we can run into, nowhere near as scary as that scripted encounter that we just got into. Definitely gonna have to focus on surviving battles until we get a few levels and some better skills at our disposal, so I'm not gonna be focusing too much on hunting at the moment. As soon as we can safely do that, though, that's when I will switch gears and start hunting to maximize AP gain. And looks like we've got another yellow wall here. And once again, we are ambushed. Oh, looks like this guy actually uses Zeo magic, so he's not weak to that. Yeah, these games always like to play with your expectations here, because the weaknesses tend to switch around depending on the game. We'll just go with Terra. Yeah, pretty good damage there. Oh, hey! He just happened to call in a new enemy, Bob Koth, and I think this guy actually is weak to Zeo, so let's just hit him with that. Oh, no. Well, whatever. We have a lot of... We're in human form for the most part, so just nail him with gun attacks. Remember, flying enemies, very often weak to gun attacks. Alright, nothing going that way, so we'll just head towards the stairs. Yeah, lots of new demons to see here, and they're generally much more credible threats than anything that was available to fight in Manipura. As probably evidenced by the fact that those Archangels almost slaughtered me because I got careless. And more of these guys. But that's okay. This is probably the ideal situation to fight them in, really. And actually, because... no, actually. We'll just focus on killing these guys. Yeah, only having 3 turns at our disposal, I couldn't have Surf transform there and find a way to get it so that he could devour one of them. Yeah, speaking of getting Argilla on Shura so that she can get access to Battle Demon, once Surf has access to Zahn and Agi, that'll definitely be something I have him work towards too. Devil's Feast, or really any Fatal Hunt skill, is pretty critical if you want to hunt Mitamas, because, especially for characters that aren't Heat, we're just not going to have the physical damage, and boy howdy, are we getting ambushed like crazy. Well, this is a good opportunity to use Crossfire, at least. And yeah, you have different animations varying depending on who initiates the attack. Because Heat tends to be at the front of the party for me at this stage of the game, we see his variant of it a lot. Yeah, lots of weird empty rooms in this game. Kinda wish they actually put something there. Magic Noise! Hey, this gets Surf one step closer to getting capped. Now, if you don't want to emphasize getting Surf's magic stat capped out as soon as possible, I'd actually recommend using that on Heat. Normally, you'd want to maximize the amount of damage you can do, but since Magic pulls double duty for magical attack and magical defense, you definitely want to pump up Heat's magic if you really want to use him, because his magic is absolutely horrible throughout the game, and he pretty quickly hits a point where he's just taking ridiculous amounts of magical damage, and it really actually devalues him as a party member. He's easily my least favorite party member because of that. Ironically, if you go for maxing out your stats, magic is one of the easiest stats to max out. That is completely irrelevant to what's happening on screen right now, which, as you can see, we fell into a rather obvious trap. However, it's critical to do that because we can't progress the game otherwise. And we are in the Solids' rather large basement. Now, I'm going to tell you that this basement is loaded with dead ends and rooms that don't have anything in it, or if they do have something in it, it's just a complete junk, like a status healing item. Heat is undeterred by the turn of events. Now, they mentioned the toxic gas there, and geez, we are getting ambushed like crazy. Well, this is a good chance to use one of those items we got. The Bob Kaz dropped some sonic stones, which allows us... Okay, blast is moderate force damage. You know, let's go with that. Yeah, I specifically had Surf use that because his magic stat is so much higher, and as you can see, using mid-tier force damage, he just totally destroyed those guys. You may recognize the Akusas as the enemies that we ran into in that one trapped ammo node. A commotion can be heard from the room? Well, let's go on in and see what it is. Hey, it's this guy. Actually, I forget what this guy's name is. Let's just take a quick glance at that. Oh. Looks like he gets the first go here. Oof, pretty rough. Yeah, it's Yuki. Tempted to go for the taunt, but it probably would not be a good idea. Oh, hey. You know what, let's go for a Devour here. Heat can probably finish this guy off with Devour. Yep! And no stomach ache, very good. That'll max out Ice Spirit for him. Yeah, as we're exploring this basement, we should get a chance to max out the rest of our mantras here. But yeah, I'm just gonna head to the end. Now, Heat made mention, or actually Argilla made mention of toxic gas, and that does not do what you think it does. We don't take damage as we hang out in this area. It's just, when you're walking through it, there's a random chance that you'll get stopped and suddenly you'll get turned around. It's very weird. Oh, here we go. Feeling dizzy? And now, if you aren't paying attention, you will head back into the door that you just came from. Another Akusa here. Let's see if we can whittle this guy down and devour him with somebody. I've been having pretty lousy luck with those criticals this part. Let's see here. We'll go with Bufu. Yeah, I want to heal Heat. We're actually getting to the stage of the game where stuff is relatively threatening. Ah, that finished him off. Oh well. Let's just whack him with a Venom Claw. That should put him in critical health. And he's poisoned. Okay, yeah, definitely Surf should be able to devour him here. That's pretty important because he'll get Zan off of that. So long as he doesn't get a stomachache, and he didn't. I don't know if it works like this in this game, but in Nocturne, poison actually drastically reduces the attack of anybody afflicted with it. So it's pretty useful if you're against really tough stuff that you can't kill quickly, but are able to poison them. Okay, we got Zan at our disposal, so we're going to swap out Earth Boost now and just rearrange our move list slightly. Yeah, if I get Agi, I won't have room for Devour anymore, but I won't be super concerned with developing any skills specifically on screen anyway, so that's not a big deal. And it's going to become irrelevant in the near future anyway. Well, we already learned firsthand that we shouldn't do that, so not a terribly useful hint. However, this guy right here... Left is right, but right is left. That is a little hint for later. Now, that doorway that we can go through on the other side, or the one that I just turned away from, it leads to a bunch of dead ends and junk treasures that I don't care about, so we're just going to ignore that. Hey, we got the Maragi combo. Okay, yeah, let's just do that. Yeah, we got one that's frightened there, so we'll have Argilla devour him. That should max out Shura for us, and when we get to the next terminal, we can swap out all our mantras. Remember, these guys resist physical, so even though Heat's Agis will do really poor damage, we'll want to go with those against those blobs. Yep, there we go. Yeah, at this point we can master the basic mantras really quickly. This ladder is where we want to go. Now this basement is actually important for a side quest that is specific to New Game Plus and that you can't do until the very end of the game. Well, we'll see if we get to that one. Now, over here in this room, we've got two red-eyed statues facing in front of that doorway, which means if we walk through them, we'll just get dumped back down into the basement. But it looks like there's some kind of key slot on the statue's side. Not that we have any keys at the moment, though. I think I actually will have Argilla pick up Mudo, because those Archangels are actually pretty tough. A lot tougher than I remember them being. It's a different type of enemy that I remember being a constant headache in this area. We should be running into them shortly. Probably was a little unnecessary to heal myself there, but with this game's encounter rate, you never know when you're going to get ambushed by something. Alright, time to set more mantras. Okay, so Surf, we'll have him work on Fire Spirit, get Agi going. Afterwards, we'll switch him over to Shura so he can work towards Battle Demon. Let's see, Heat. Now, what do I want him to work on? Maybe. That wouldn't be terrible. Go for Venom Fang, which would be stronger than Venom Claw. All this stuff is too expensive to work on at this point. You know what? Life bonus, critical. Well, those are pretty decent. Critical's not that great a skill because it only affects your normal attack, but better than nothing, I guess. Now, Argilla, we're actually gonna have her work on Yaksa so that she can get access to Mudo. And we have a better option against enemies that are actually weak to that. She's probably the best person to learn it since she has the highest luck available. And we'll make a safety save here just in case something really horrible happens. Alright, let's get going here. The Citadel, and particularly this area that we're in, the 2F area, is a much more involved dungeon than Manipura was. We've got quite a few obstacles to get through. So, let's just get started on exploring this whole area. Now, over this way. Man, those Archangels are proving to be quite the thorn in the side. Likely gonna have to use up a lot of Dias throughout here. Should probably have Surf do that, actually. It's way higher magic, greatly increases the amount of HP restore off of that. And yeah, these corners, they like to plop those red-eyed statues right down. Man, that was a nasty encounter right there. Also got a harsh reminder on why you should be careful with Vile Blade, because that one's very likely to miss. Alright, let's get our healing on here. And continue on. A nice little dead end there, just to make us waste our time. Ah! Ooh, sorry, getting a little clogged up in the throat there, it seems. Anyway, these guys, I'm so terrible with the names. These guys are Apis. So, first off, we want to purge that panic off of Surf. These guys in the center, the Apis, they are weak to Earth. And as you saw, they buff up their magic there, and they actually have some pretty nasty magic they can hit you with. So we want to take these guys out. And we want to clear that stomach ache before the battle is over. We can hold off on that, right? Or for a minute. Yeah. It's a pretty powerful Zahn right there. Yeah, as you can see, the game kind of lowballed in Manipura. The enemies become much more credible threats at this point. See if we can make this guy afraid. Nah. Alright, so we'll just take him out with Bufu. Oh, that surprisingly did not take him out. Alright, Vile Blade. Ah, I miss. Alright, just smack this guy. There we go. Yeah, the stock and quality of the enemies has gone up pretty considerably at this point. Alright. See if we can get any further in this area without getting absolutely mauled. Alright, this statue has blue eyes, so we can just go on past him. Let's check out what's in this door. Alright, we're on the other side of a red-eyed statue. Lots of healing, lots of healing. Need to do lots of that. If I can get... what? If I can get a better bearing of my surroundings. Alright, got an ammo node here. Let's see what we got. Active cell, very nice. Gonna need a lot of cells throughout this game because the maca you get from those, for most of the game, that's going to be the big money. Alright, Alright, so this is a blue-eyed statue, so we can just head around him. In this room, whole lot of nothing. Thank you, game. This door. Looks like the game's giving us quite the runaround here, and throwing us into a booby trap. Alright, let's just check out our map. Yeah, looks like not really much to report in this area. Getting pounded with the nasty encounters there. Had a reinforcement of Akusas on that. It was another Oppis and 2 Akusas, followed by 2 Oppises and an Akusa. Also got a harsh reminder that the Oppises reflect force damage, which is pretty nasty at this stage of the game. Alright. One last door to check, and this probably will take us to where we want to be. Sadly, I haven't yes, this area is just a bunch of junk, and thank you, game. That can happen. The ammo nodes can occasionally be booby-trapped, so yeah, this area is a bit of a waste. Oh, well. Yeah, I didn't really memorize the map layouts as well as I could here. That's okay. Ambushes, gotta hate them. And as I was saying, that's okay. Want to explore these areas fully anyway, so there's no lingering doubt that I might have missed anything important. Don't need to duck into the terminal because we have not actually mastered any mantras yet. Enemies have just been kinda too powerful this go around for me to really hunt them. It's the opposite problem that we're having in the last area. Last area, the enemies were too weak for me to really soften them up so I could hunt them. This time around, they're just too strong. We can't afford to leave them hanging on. Alright, this way. We got another blue wall. Also, Surf finally mastered Fire Spirit there. Since his mantra is maxed out anyways, we can just safely swap out Devour, since he won't really be doing any hunting to begin with. Alright, past this blue wall. Also, once I get some more skills, or more magic for Heat and Argilla, we'll have full access to every single multi-targeting skill via combo. In this area, no presence can be felt in the vicinity, and this is the second field hunt area. Now, I mentioned the 5-cycle timer for the solar noise, and that is actually a universal timer, so it applies for every area you can do a field hunt. Probably by the time we're done exploring this area, enough solar noise cycles will pass that we can do another field hunt, and I'll think about what kind of mantra I want to set so that we can maximize the effectiveness of that. One thing that I wanted to note after that battle is that Surf managed to actually nail an enemy with Shock off of Zio, and Shock, unlike Freeze, actually works pretty similarly to Fear in terms of how it affects hunt damage. Makes the same guaranteed critical that a physical attack would be. What's this guy got? Now, these yellow-eyed statues, you can't see what their true color is until you get close. If we get close enough, we can see that this one is blue. Now, if we get close enough... Oh, hey, new enemies. As I was about to say, if we get close enough to that other one, that one will turn red, but it's facing a red one anyway, so not like it really matters. Anyways, these are Succubi. I think they're weak to Zio. They're also definitely weak to Hama. We don't have Hama at our disposal, though. May as well devour this one since it's weak enough. And I'll just have Heat go for a slap. Yeah. Just throwing up that Expel Repel there. Alright, do another Zio. And Devour. Yeah, very good damage for Devour there. Also, if we did that, really close. But so far, now that I'm thinking about it, let's look at their skills. You know what? I'm not using Patra at all, so let's set Hama for that, and ditto for He. We'll look for a skill he is not using and put Hama over that. Yeah, I'm not going to use... Second thought, I don't need Venom Claw. It's barely an increase in damage over his regular attack, and the poison just isn't reliable. Commotion. We better make sure our health is topped off before we head in. Just do that. Doing pretty good on MP. Past the beginning of the game, and once you can start investing in your magic, you'll have plenty of MP, and it'll very rarely be an issue that you run out. Yeah, that looks like a commotion maker, alright. Alright. And this guy is... No, he's going first. That was a pathetic Zionga. Anyways, this guy is Tarask. He's a turtle. Alright, let's hit him with Taunt. I believe he's weak to Terra. Yep. And we'll just Deikaja off that attack bonus. Yeah, Heat takes way more damage from that. Alright, since Heat doesn't have access to Terra, Ma Terra is our only option for him actually exploiting the weakness. But as you can see, this is pretty good. Yeah, we'll just go for a slap. And hopefully this will kill him. If not, no big deal. Yep, we got him. Easy peasy. Alright. Now, what do we get for our efforts? Well, we see an ammo node here. And we get the R statue key. Probably stands for right statue. We saw those keyholes in the statue, so we can probably put 2 and 2 together there. We also got to keep in mind that message that we read, that left is right and right is left. You can probably guess the puzzle there. After that last battle, Argilla has mastered Yaxa, so we will, let's see, what can I comfortably swap out for Mudo? If only we had a couple more skill slots. Yeah, this is the point where you have to start making some tough cuts. Probably not going to be able to get any more hunting done by the end of this video, so we'll just swap out Devour since she won't be using it. Now that our mantras are mostly maxed out, I can focus on just killing the enemies rather than giving them any opportunity to totally smash my face in. Still got a little bit more to explore here, so let's head to this door. I almost blundered into one of those red-eyed statues. Hey, got a terminal right here. Getting considerably better money from the enemies so far, so let's just get some new mantras. Like before, I said I want to have Surf work on Shura so he can get access to Battle Demon. And let's see, Argilla. Just good on that. A lot of this stuff is too expensive, so we'll just switch her over to start working on basic skills. Let's see. Probably a good idea to have her start following down the dragon line so she can eventually get to force resist. Alright, doing pretty good there. We'll just explore the rest of this area, and the next stop at a terminal, I think we'll call it a video. There's just some treasure for us to get. Be careful here. Gotta juke around between these statues. And if we go all the way to the end of this hallway, we get closer to that yellow eye one, but you see it turns red. Gotta be careful with that. This one's blue, he's just there to scare you. Oh! Well, now this is an interesting little quest in the game. This is Omoikane, and this is the metal slime of this game. As you can see, he opens with Debilitate, and he'll just keep doing that until he maxes it out, at which point he can run. Unless we're able to hurt him. How do we hurt him? Well, Omoikanes resist almost everything and take single-digit damage from it, except gun attacks. Now, I almost certainly can't kill this thing because I wasn't expecting to run into it, and I'm not prepared for it at all. But if we had Surf equipped with really powerful ammunition, let's try taunting it just to bring his defense down, because he doesn't attack anyway. Yeah, as you can see, we just missed. Okay, he's actually going for the Debilitate again. That's interesting. They don't usually do that. Not that it'll really help me, but yeah, they only really take damage from gun skills. You know what? Since we got the spare turn, Heat's low on magic. Now, if you manage to defeat this guy, you get tons of experience and money. But as you can see, it's a complete luck-based mission for defeating him, and we weren't able to do it. If Surf had the Frigid Shot and he didn't miss, there was a slight chance I would have been able to beat him there, and that would have put us well ahead in terms of Maka and experience, but we couldn't manage that, so... Alright. Gotta purge stun once again. You definitely don't want to let that status persist, because it will have very negative impacts on your battle efficiency. Certainly a status ailment that causes you to miss every time in a game where missing robs you of 2 turns. Yeah, pretty nasty. And we get a Soma drop, you know, that's what it is. I'd probably care more if I found more situations where I'd actually use those. Alright, just gotta wrap around again. We'll head to the large terminal, restore, save, and call it a video here, I guess. Still, we're about halfway through this. We got one more statue key to get. And one more area to explore with various goodies in it. All that good stuff. Always gotta get into at least one more encounter before you get to the save point, you know? Alright, let's duck in here. Alright, so my game plan is off-screen. I will have my characters master all the basic mantras so they have access to all the Tier 1 elemental spells and Dia. Surf and Argilla, I'll have them work on Battle Demon so they have access to Devil's Feast. Afterwards, I don't really care too much about what Argilla works on going forward. I honestly may just have her pursue whichever element she's the furthest along, which I think is Ice, in order to get access to a Tier 2 spell so that she can do better damage. Surf, I'm going to have him work on the next healing mantra so he can get access to solo Medea, and him casting that is just going to be way more effective than teaming up with Argilla to cast it. So we'll overwrite our safety save here, and call it a video. Next time, we'll explore more of the Solids Citadel, hopefully get out of this area and actually find Mick the Slug. I haven't run into him at all, and haven't seen him since the meeting at the Karma Temple, but that'll be for next video. So, as always, hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, goodbye.